Uh-oh. In this particular training series, we're going to discuss volleyball overpasses and how we handle them as referees. An overpass occurs when the volleyball is unintentionally contacted on the first or second hit such that it heads for the plane of the net. Most overpasses typically will occur on a first hit dig that unintentionally heads for the plane of the net. Overpasses usually will prompt a response from the defense. For most overpasses, the volleyball will typically begin its downward trajectory near or at the plane of the net. This usually will prompt a reaction from the defense to make potential plays on the volleyball. Some of the potential plays that the defense will attempt to make are the following: a one-hand attack, two-hand attack, or a block.
Couple of blocks. I'll give you the team numbers momentarily. Louisville really struggling offensively, hitting 0 on the overpass. Score out of the middle by Chiamati.
When we have an overpass such that the downward trajectory of the volleyball begins near or at the plane of the net, we must know the location of the volleyball. Following the overpass is the volleyball located when it is contacted in the plane of the net, completely on the offensive team side of the net, or completely on the defensive team side of the net. We must also consider the particular players that contact the volleyball following the overpass. Is the volleyball contacted by a back row setter, or front row setter, liberos, or front row players? In the first image, who contacts the volleyball next following the overpass? It is first contacted by a back row setter. Following that contact, the volleyball is attacked by a front row player from the defense. What is the result of this play?
12-10, they got out quickly, 5-1. Tight pass, that's going to be back row blocker. That's good play by Kubik.
Very good play. A reminder, if that ball crosses the plane at all, then Sydney Hilly may not go after it. She's going to be called for a back row blocker. That's an excellent call.
Yeah, easy play to call.
In this play, the first referee correctly called an illegal block on Wisconsin. Depending on the factors that we have discussed previously, ball location and who touched it, these are some of the potential results that can occur following an overpass. Nothing, play continues. Over the net, illegal attack, or an illegal block. Let's take a look at some more plays.
That's going to be a back. Oh, wow. Wow. Explain this call, please, Missy.
Well, it either has to be a back row attack, a back row block by the setter coming up from Pitt, or it's a over the net call against Louisville, and they call over the net here. Let's see if the ball had crossed the plane of the net.
That is
wow.
So close. If any part of the ball is above the plane, what the official is ruling is that Amaya Tillman was completely on Pittsburgh's side. Look at Barnes just dropping another dime. Demps out of the back row. Stevenson off the top, not yet. Loberg with a dig. Chaussee. Retke on the slide. Violation called against Louisville.
I thought I saw it. I thought the ball was still on that side of the net.
Wow.
Let's see if we can see it.
What a point to end like that. The ruling is that
In both of the following plays, the first referee called that the offending team was over the net. Here are some still images from both plays. What do you think? Remember, our first referee is considering ball location and who touched the ball following the overpass. Our first referee also must consider either of the following. Did the offending player or potential offending player interfere with the offensive player who was attempting to play the volleyball? Is there any chance of the offense to play the volleyball prior to the contact by the defense? In our top image, we can see that we will assume that is a back row setter on the left has contacted the volleyball and is attempting to pass the volleyball to a teammate. Her potential play is interfered by the defensive player on the right. Thus, this is an over the net violation, correctly called by our first referee. The image on the bottom, we have a pretty close play here. Our first referee is judging that the volleyball is probably more than likely still on our offensive team side of the net, which would be our team on the right. We have a libero that's in a position to potentially make a dig play on the volleyball. Our player on the left, who was our defensive front row player, actually plays the volleyball. From this still image, this volleyball appears that it is either in the plane of the net or has already entered the plane of the net. Again, this play is very close, and it is a judgment call by our first referee. The following rules should provide a great assist to us, having to make decisions and rulings on contacts following overpasses. These particular rules for National Federation High School, NCAA Women, and USAV govern the following: blocking, attack hits, front row players, back row players, liberos, and reaching into the opponent's space or reaching beyond the net. Remember, the combination of these rules should help you make the following decisions on contacts following overpass: ball location, who's contacting the volleyball following the overpass. Is that contact being interfered by an opposing player? Is the interference by the opposing player legal or illegal? Did the offensive team have a chance to make a reasonable player on the volleyball prior to the contact by our defense? Or we could have a situation where the play on the volleyball following the overpass is legal by both teams. Thank you for spending part of your day with us. We hope you've gained some valuable insight into volleyball overpasses and how to deal with the resulting actions coming from volleyball overpasses. We have several videos that highlight overpasses and the decisions that our referees made as a result of the contacts following the overpasses. Again, thank you so much for spending part of your day with us. Have a great day, great week, great month, great year.